It's live on JoyNews today. Now, 4 persons have been involved in a motorbike accident at Menuso in the KJB district of the Oti region. The accident occurred late hours Thursday evening. Eyewitnesses' accounts suggest the accident was caused by a motor rider who was making a phone call and veered off his lane into the other lane, leading to a head-on collision with other riders who were carrying 2 other passengers. The victims have sustained varying degrees of injuries. They were subsequently rushed to the St. Mary Theresa's Hospital at Papase in the KJB district. JoyNews' Peter Senu joins us with more. Peter, how are the victims doing now? Peter, if you can hear me,
Daniel.
Great. How are the injured?
I can hear you. As we speak, we understand yesterday they were rushed to the St. Mary Theresa's Hospital at Papasi. And so we understand that 2 of them were also in critical condition and that they were being referred to Jessican Hospital. We are still at the Papasi Hospital currently as we speak. In fact, I want to speak to one Prosper Kwesi Ahianyo. He was at the scene. Please join me to tell us, come this way. He was at the scene yesterday. In fact, they were managing the people yesterday. So we want him to tell us briefly exactly what happened yesterday. What did you see when you went to the scene yesterday?
Okay.
Yesterday
around 5:15 thereabout, we received a call from one fireman reporting of RTC at Menu along the KJB Nkwanta Road. So we responded to the call. So as we got there, we met 4 people lying on the floor. With one is a 72 years old man, had a compound fracture of a lower extremity, and the other one is having a severe head injury, and the 3rd person is also having a fracture of lower extremity again.
If it's a lower extremity, what exactly do we mean? Take us.
So, I mean the left leg. Yes, that's the lower extremity.
Okay, it got broken.
Got broken. Compound fracture, severe one.
Okay, so as we speak, nobody is dead.
Nobody is dead. So we quickly mobilize, stabilize them, and then load them in the ambulance, and then transfer them to the Papasi Hospital.
Do you know exactly what caused this accident?
Yes, it was the 2 motorbikes that collided. Yes.
And so we also understand from eyewitnesses that one was trying to make a phone call and then moved into the lane.
According to the bystander, that's what they told us. They say one person was carrying 2. And the other one was also coming from KJB direction, heading towards Nkwanta. And he was making call. So he runs into those, the one that carries 2 people.
All right, so you are managing accidents in the area, anything emergency. What advice do you have for viewers and listeners regarding safety on the road, quickly, before we let you go?
See, I think the motor riders need to be educated. Okay, they need to be educated, because the way they ride recklessly in the district is very bad. It's very bad. It is causing them a lot of problems. They are causing a lot of problems to the family, and then the other people. The community as a whole.
Right. Thank you. So, Daniel, we've been speaking to one Prosper Kwesi Ahianyo. He's an emergency medical technician here in the KJB district. And so that is the account of what exactly happened late hours yesterday. Daniel.
Peter, thank you very much for those updates. Let's move to other parts of the country. And dozens of motorists and passengers are stranded along the Nasia Janga Road in the West Mamprusi municipality following floodwaters from the spillage of the Bagri Dam and torrential rainfall. The stranded persons include some health staff and traders who have been unable to cross to their destinations. Ilyasu Tanko joins us via Zoom with the latest. Ilyasu, I see here in the images that some people are crossing what seems to be a river in a canoe. What really is happening there? Ilyasu, you'd have to unmute your microphones, pardon me.
Hello, Daniel, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, so that is the Nasia Janga Road this morning. That's the situation there. As I speak, dozens of people are currently stranded on that part of the road, unable to cross to their destinations. I spoke to a couple of them who said that the situation has been like this since for the past 1 week now, since the spillage of the Dagre Dam coupled with the torrential rainfall started in the northeast region. They have not been able to resume economic activities in the area there. We also understand that people in the other communities, Janga and Nasia, are still trapped in the community. They are unable to move to do their business. And so as we speak, people are still arriving. What is happening currently is that there are some small canoes that have been stationed there. A lot more people are refusing to enter this canoe because of the risk involved. People are also taking the risk and they are crossing. And so as we speak right now, if you go to that particular off that road, the only means that people are using to cross is a canoe that are stationed there.
Wow, that seems to be quite the situation. Have the authorities come to their aid in any way?
Well, this, like I said, this situation has been like that for more than a week now. We understand the municipal chief executive led a delegation, including NADMO staff, to the area. They went and assessed the situation, and that has been that was some days ago. They have not been able to visit the area then, so the situation remains the same. People are still trapped. A lot of farmlands are submerged and people are unable to cross. Economic activities have also stalled in the area.
What are the people telling you, Ilyasu?
Well, what they are telling me is that they want authorities to immediately come and fix this particular road. And they were not happy with the contractor working on this particular road. And they are also asking for relief items, aid packages to be sent to the people in that area. And as we speak, they are still waiting for relief items to be brought to them.
Thank you, Ilyasu Tanko. You're live on JoyNews today, and this is your election headquarters. Now, former President John Dramani Mahama has described government's promise of replacing the Okada trade with affordable locally assembled cars as Sakawa. Addressing the chiefs and people of Kwame Danso in the Sine West District as part of his 3-day tour of the Bono East region, Mr. Mahama promised that the next NDC government would provide motorbikes to Okada riders on credit, which would be paid back in installments.
Vice President said, baby, almost the same. If we said, Okada, you want to get the number, so maybe Okada for the motor, here, the amount of car. And I said, and then we're going to put on the casa. I'm going to for you, new chairs. Abraham will buy Saka 1 million, one down, $1 million per constituency, one district, one factory. We are Saka one, I'm there. What do you mean, Saka one? What do you want to do? Jamaica, that's a brand of mine. Now you can say, you want. Here they are, they say, never go on, Mamma. Send a bear. You don't have motor, maybe. Now you're the amount. Now, oh, yeah, now you have motor, what you have.
Former President Mahama there, a quick translation of what he said. He said that last 4 years, when Vice President Bawumia was then a vice presidential candidate, he dazzled Ghanaians with a number of promises like one district, one factory, one village, one dam, which he describes as Sakawa promises. He says that this promise to provide Okada riders with a new vehicle is one of those promises. He says that, look, the Okada riders are wise and they just want their Okada business to be legalized and regulated. He went on to say that a future NDC government will provide motorbikes for these riders. And as Sabit is monitoring the events for us, and he joins us on the line. And as this Okada debate seems to be generating a lot of conversation across the country, tell us, have you spoken to any persons in the Bono East region, and how are they receiving the former president's message?
Since the former president made this promise, or since it was disclosed in the NDC's manifesto, I have encountered a number of our day riders, especially in the Kitcheman area. They have an association with over 2,000 members. Their leadership have welcomed this particular decision, and they are extremely excited with the promise, calling other political parties to also promise same. But specifically in the eastern part of the Bono East region, Sydney East, Sydney West areas, where the president last night met a number of party people, in fact, the main source of transportation for these areas somehow the Okada, bikes or the motorbikes. So we are very, very happy, excited when the former president hammered on that particular promise yet again last night. And from a number of them we've encountered, they just can't wait, especially for the bit where he promised to provide them with these motorbikes, so they'll be paying on installment. This is something we see as a welcoming news, and they cannot wait for that particular promise to be fulfilled.
Now, the former president, Anas, was speaking specifically about the vice president's promise to provide vehicles for Okada riders. Has that news reached the Bono East region, and is that being received well as well?
Well, a number of people here from our engagements are even yet to hear that part from the vice president. This was closed yesterday. So a number of people we have come across, especially in this area, yet to hear that from the vice president. That of the former president has gotten down well to the people, and we are really waiting or keen on getting that particular on the call by former president John Dramani Mahama.
Interesting, Anas. Now, this was last night from the images that we saw. Tell us about what the former president has been up to today.
Yes, this is the second day of his visit to the area. Today, he's starting with an engagement with the demand, and who is currently the president of the Bono Ahafo Regional House of Chiefs. From there, he will be paying another visit to another farmer chief of Kokoma, also in the Yechi area, in the Fruit district. And then he will have another engagement with the chiefs and people of the Sungu community. And there will also be another rally in the which will end the Fruit session of his talk today. From there, he will then move to the Sydney West, where he will pay a courtesy call on the farmership of the time traditional area, and then have another engagement with the Tijaniya Muslim nation, which has its national leadership in the time area. So from there, he will also be heading towards Kintampo. There will be a commission of the factory, which we understand has been established by the Member of Parliament for the Kintampo North constituents, who is a member of the NDC. And that will be where the president will be ending his talk.
That sounds interesting, Anas. That sounds interesting. You're saying that the former president will commission a project at Kintampo North, the former president?
Yes, exactly. The former president is set to commission a project this afternoon. And that particular project, we understand, is being established by the MP for the area, who is an NDC. Bondi. We understand he did establish that party, and the former president, even though in opposition, is set to commission that particular party. We'll be bringing to our listeners or viewers up to speed what will transpire over there.
I can't wait to see what happens there. Thank you so much, Anas Sabit, for bringing us those updates from the Bono East region. Away from that, the Bono East region has recorded 14 COVID-19 deaths, representing 1.8% of the total confirmed cases in the region, a figure that is higher than the national average of 0.64%. This was disclosed by the Regional Director of Health Services, Dr. Frederick Adumako Boateng, during the 2020 media review held in Kintampo.
At the 2020 Media Performance Review of the Ghana Health Services held in Kintampo in the Bono East region under the theme Strengthening Maternal and Child Health Services Delivery in the Midst of COVID-19, Regional Health Director Dr. Fred Admaku-Boateng disclosed that the newly created region recorded a total of 14 COVID-19 deaths, representing 1.8% of the total confirmed cases, a figure above the national average of 0.64% deaths.
The total confirmed cases as of 15th are 781. However, we have recorded 14 deaths, and as alluded to us by the Deputy Director of Public Health, this gives us a case fatality rate of 1.8, which is a bit on the higher side as compared to the national figure of 0.64. As we speak now, the active cases are 4.
He, however, stated that about 98% of the recorded cases in the region have been treated and discharged.
Honorable Chair, all 11 districts have not been spared, and we have recorded cases in all the districts. But the good news is, the total cases that we have de-isolated or discharged stands at a whopping number of 763. And this is a representation of almost 98% of all the confirmed cases of COVID-19.
Now, Adventist Senior High School Bantama is the latest school to qualify to the 1/8 round of the National Science and Maths Quiz from the Ashanti Zone this year. The school beats Ejisoman SHS and SDA SHS Bekwai in the 5th preliminary contest, making it the 5th school to secure their slot into the next stage. Speaking on the 20 points gap they gave their nearest opponent, the Adventists say the contest was hardly a challenge for them in preparation for the ultimate prize.
After here, we're going to put up our things together and try to put up a good performance at the national level.
Okay. A Latin man will say acta non verba.
Wow, well, that means?
Action, not words.
So you're not going to say anything for now?
Yes.
Okay, we hear you. For the schools watching out there from you, if you not act, what do you want them to know about you for the time being?
Actually, we'll put up our best performance on stage whenever we get to stage, and we wish to be crowned the winners after the contest or at the end of that contest.
But do you think you have what it takes?
As in?
Do you think you have what it takes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's come to the staunch supporter here. He has been following the team aggressively since the competition began. Well, for now, those watching you out there, first of all, give us your victory song or jama or however you do it. Then afterwards, we take your message.
Oh, Adas is the school, is the house. Good day, Adas. Right now, everyone should expect us. And we are bringing more.
More of what?
We are bringing more of him. Oh, okay. More of him, more of fire. My boys, they are really learning.
Congratulations to all qualifying schools, especially in the Volta region. Bishop Herman College, Biheko, crashed Anlo SHS and Boyman SHS to seal a place at the knockout stage of the competition. They garnered 46 points, whilst Boyman SHS and Anlo SHS could only earn 30 and 17 points respectively. Remember, our coverage of the 2020 National Science and Maths Quiz is brought to you by JoyNews, your most credible news channel, and supported by Bright SHS Kukwentumi, building dreams and shaping the future. DBS ColorLink Plus roofing sheets, roofing Papa Pafie, Adonko hand sanitizer, Koron Posiro, and Adonko Next Level Energy Drink, the premium energy drink. Up next is Business with Charles Aite. Stay with us.
The wife of Ghanaian footballer Sule Muntari Menaye Donko says being in an interfaith marriage is about a great relationship between the couple and not on their individual religions. According to her, too much emphasis is placed on religion rather than the true essence of what relationship entails.
Lexus, kindly ask how do they deal with religious differences? Are you Christian?
Yes.
And Sule is Muslim?
Yes.
How do you deal with it?
We don't deal with it. We just don't. I think it's, all about, again, love and respect. I think we focus so much on religion that we forget about the essence of, you know, being good individuals, and I think that's what matters. And we're raising our kids to, you know, to instill more values in them, rather than, you know, push religion on them. It's, I mean, religion, and then what? What is religion? You know, how are you, for me as a Christian, living a Christ life? How are you doing that? Are you kind? Are you compassionate? That is more important than focusing so much on religion.
But eventually, you would have to instill in them some religious doctrines. So
well,
are you?
There's the basics.
Yeah.
What are the basics? Those are what we're instilling in them.
And are those from the Christian perspective or the Islam perspective?
Both, and they'll figure it out when they're older.
You wouldn't like them to probably be more Christian?
I want them to be great human beings. That's what I want them to be.
Yeah, but religiously, what would you prefer?
I'm not too keen on
religion.
No.
Okay.
That'll be all for Showbiz here on JoyNews today. My name is Becky.